Hello, beautiful creative people. This is Kyla Givehand of Giving Hands Creative, and I am here for book 31 of the Book in a Day series. And once again, I've waited until Sunday. I'm going to stop pressing my luck here at some point. Waiting till Sunday is such a horrible idea because so many things could go wrong, and I could totally not have a book made and miss an entire week, and that would really bum me out. So I got to get back on a better schedule. So anyway, today is Sunday, August 4th. It's 11:13 in the morning, and I want to say first a big happy birthday shout out to my very dear friend Monique, who I have known longer than I can remember, since we were like, my gosh, yeah, a long time, more than 25 years probably, maybe even more than that. So anyway, happy birthday, Monique. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I wish I was there to give you a big hug. Okay, so today's book, number 31, is being inspired by these toilet paper rolls. Yes, toilet paper rolls, plain old rolls from your toilet paper when you're done with it. So when my mom was here a while back, a few months back, she made a comment because I had one of these rolls in a box with some papers or something, and she said, "Do you want me to throw that away?" And I was like, "No, I might use that for art." And she started laughing. She thought that was so funny, and she was like, "I should have known that you would find something artistic to do with toilet paper rolls." So I don't really, I've never actually used toilet paper rolls for anything other than making circles, like dipping them in paint and making circles in my art journal. I've done that with them. But I've been watching some videos on YouTube this morning, and I just did a quick search for toilet paper roll books, and lots and lots of ideas came up, mostly from people who are scrapbookers, which I am not a scrapbooker. But I take a lot of inspiration from folks who scrapbook. So I think my goal today is to make a book using toilet paper roll and some of my scrapbooking supplies, because I did try to scrapbook once in my creative journey, but I was not able to sustain that practice because it felt very restrictive to me. So, but I'm always amazed at how when I see other people's scrapbook pages and cards and the things they make, I'm just so amazed at how artistic scrapbooking can really be. So big kudos to folks who have that as their creative practice and make it work. It's a beautiful art form. But I'm not a scrapbooker, but I have tons of scrapbooking supplies from when I tried to be a scrapbooker. So I'm going to take some inspiration and some creative license today with this project and see what I can come up with. So I hope that you will stick around and see what the final product looks like. I'm also going to live life a little bit today. I'm going to go to the farmer's market. Maybe it's very close to my house. It almost pains me not to go because it's so close to my house on Sundays. So I think I'm going to head over there and see what kind of goods I can nab there for a pot of soup today. And then, yeah, I think I know what content I'm going to work on, but I'm going to save that for when I come back on the video. It's a book of poetry that hasn't been published yet. It's actually a book of poetry that I am reviewing, and amazingly, it's a beautiful work of art, but there are like several words in it that I had to stop and look up. So I think I might do something around those words that I had to actually put the book down and look the word up before I could move forward in reading. And I love when that happens. I love when poetry makes me do a little bit of work and a little bit of research. So anyway, I think it's going to somehow connect to that. I at this point, it's really too early for me to tell. So I got to figure out what I'm doing with these. I'm pretty sure I'm going to paint them because this sort of brown cardboard color isn't doing it for me. So I think my first step will be to make these into something that can actually look like a page, and then get some color on them and see what happens from there. All right, I'll see you back on the other side. Okay, it is 1:22 in the morning, and the book is done. It's an interesting little structure, I think. I'm excited about the idea that I can use these recycled tissue rolls to make a book. I'm always happy when I can do something like that. So the book is, I'm calling it Logophile because it is based on this idea of me loving these words that I came across, and just loving words in general, but specifically loving the words that I found in a particular book of poetry, which I can't name in this video because it hasn't actually been published yet. I am reading it for review purposes for a publisher, and so I can't really say the name of it yet. But once the book comes out, I will be able to post and talk about it a little bit more on my blog. So at any rate, the book of poetry has several words in it that forced me to the dictionary. I had to look them up, and I was excited to be learning new words, especially through poetry. So that was all pretty awesome, and that's what inspired this particular book. So what I did is I used the toilet paper rolls to create the book. I put scrapbooking paper on the sheets, or on the actual toilet paper roll. I painted them, put gesso on it, painted. So they have this thickness to them that I really, really like. They feel sturdy, and I like books that feel sturdy, handmade books especially, that feel really sturdy. The thing that doesn't feel sturdy about the structure is these two rings here. And I'm not really a frilly kind of person, but I put these on there because the silver was so silver, so starkly silver, that I kind of wanted, I don't know, to hide that maybe. I'm not sure. So I don't even know if this will stay, but that's what it is for now. So I'm gonna call it done. So each page has a word and its definition, and so that goes on throughout. And then the very last page has the colophon on it. But then the tags, so the first tag, I'm not going to pull out because I'm just going to pull a little bit like that so you can see that there's text on there. But it actually has the name of the poetry book that these words were taken from. So that's what the first tag is. It's sort of like an explanation of the book, sort of like an artist statement almost of how this book came to be, what inspired it. And then the other tags just have more words on them. So a word on one side and a definition on the other side. And again, I just took tags from a pack that I think you've probably seen me use. I can't remember which book. Maybe I used it in the Gratitude 365. I was going to try to find the pack to show you. But essentially, there are these little tags that you can tear off. I think I mentioned them before. They're very flimsy, so I used cardstock, or I used scrapbooking paper to back them and give them a little weight, a little thickness, so they're not just sort of flailing about. Then I put some hemp string on the tags just because I feel like tags should have a little string on them. No other real reason. So I'm actually happy with the book. This is just cardstock that I used here. I distressed it, and you'll see there's a lot of distressed inks being used in this book. I wanted to have that sort of distressed look, so distressed inks on the actual toilet paper roll, distress inks on this little hinge piece, distress ink on the everything. Yeah, there's lots of distress ink being used. Two colors, the peacock feathers and the walnut stain. And yeah, so that's the book. It was super easy to make. I think I set out to make multiples. I think you'll see that in the video. I was going to try and make more than one at a time, but as the day went on and I did other things and made dinner and had dinner with my family. And as I went through the day, I realized that that was a little ambitious to try to complete 3. So I do have a set that I've started that's not quite finished, but at some point I will finish it. And then I have a set that is really still in, I mean, I got as far as putting the paint and distressing the paint, but I haven't actually put any scrapbooking paper or anything on them. So it's almost like having the book, being able to see the book in stages, because I started to just sort of realize it was insane for me to try to do 3 of these, because once you get into the fine details of the printing and the gluing this onto this, and this gets, you know, I used double-sided tape for a lot of things until I ran out of double-sided tape, which made me realize I probably need one of those fancy gun 8 things that has the tape on it, double-sided tape. So at any rate, the book is done. It's called Logo File. I'm excited. This is book 31. I love this little structure. As I was playing with it or putting this together, I was thinking of all the different things you could do with this. So many sort of opportunities. I mean, we use a lot of toilet paper in our house apparently, because I've been collecting these for maybe a month or so, and I have lots of them. All right, so in all fairness, I guess I probably have been collecting these for a couple of months, and just today decided this would be the day to use them. So I hope that you enjoyed watching. I enjoyed making this book, and I will put the link below in the comment section for the video that I watched that inspired this book. I can't think of the name of the YouTube channel right this second, but I will post it down below for you to see and watch her video, because I basically followed her steps right down to edging, you know, how to edge these, and using distress stains. So the content is all mine, but the structure is one that I learned by watching another video here, which is what I hope folks will do by watching my videos. They'll learn how to make books. It'll inspire something in them. So I hope that you will go out and create something beautiful today. I'm rambling. It's late. I should go to bed. So thank you for watching and being a part of my journey. I look forward to seeing you next week for book 32. Have a great week.